Well, I went online and searched all over, and I found myself for my Super A finally a bar that holds the rear, I guess you would call it hitch, tongue hitch in on a Super A. Kind of tricky to find, but I finally found one. So I can put that now with a hitch that I found for it, and I can eventually have a swing hitch on my Super A. So time to go to work sanding and rust converting this. Stuff's a little old, but I think it's still got some good life in it. Follow along, folks. I'll try to get it done and show you how it turns out. At this point, I'm going to take some rust converter. You guys have seen me use that in the past. I use Northland Supply's rust converter. I've got a great video on this stuff. It works fantastic. But before I prime these and paint them, I'm going to convert that rust. And it's not real hard to do. You know, you just take this milky rust converter stuff like this and, you know, kind of brush it on, and it starts making the change pretty quickly wherever there's rust. So I'm going to get that done. That's going to be kind of step one here. And then we'll let this dry, and then we'll come back and, you know, do any finish sanding or any finish work, and then we'll, after that, you know, we'll do maybe a final sand, and then we'll paint. So everything's been sanded once, and we're rust converting, and then we'll sand again, and then we'll see if we can do any more rust converting, and then we'll do finish sand, and then we'll prime. I like to pretty liberally put this on. It's not like a paint, so it doesn't really, you know, care if it runs or it drips. You just want to make sure you really get it on there. Turns nice and dark as it starts working. Perfect. Just let that guy sit and convert in. And deal with priming it tomorrow. Alright, I just came back in the shop here, and they are drying out really nicely. Maybe just a little bit of wetness there. I think we're going to let these dry for the rest of the day. And then tomorrow I might start putting the primer on. That's looking good. Let's see if I can rotate that one over. Get this one tipped over. Nice and black they turn when you rust convert them. Stuff gets on your fingers, so it ain't fun to get off. There again, we're dry on that side for a bit. Perfect. Alrighty, so I'm going to get our first coat of red primer on. Then it's red paint. And this should go together really nice, I hope. Alright, I just put the rattle can back. And first coat of primer is on. We'll put paint on probably next week. We'll have to flip these and put another coat of primer on first. It should look really good on the Super A. Alright, so everything has now got red primer on it and red IH paint on it. Sure, it's a little rough from the pitting of the rust and stuff. I wasn't going to try to take that off because I want this functional, not necessarily perfectly pretty. But I got everything ready to go, plus I've got a new 12-volt light for the back of this tractor. I bought one that has the red bulb in it, so I can put it on here, and it'll help out, I think, cosmetically too, because the one that I had in there was a 6-volt light, and I rebuilt it into 12, and when I did that, it kind of rattled and shimmered a little bit, so this one should be much better. So there's the crossbar bolted on. I've got the light right now bolted on. It was literally one wire and one nut and thread. There's the drawbar part of it attached. Again, this is off a different Super A, so, you know, wasn't quite a perfect fit, but pretty darn close. I got some of this, you know, 55 Farmall red paint from Fleet Farm. I sprayed it up. I put the 2 bolts in the side to keep the drawbar from going right and left. I got the light working, so you turn on there. You turn the little dial and it goes to red, so you can drive down the road with it. I think that's pretty nice. Obviously, I'd still need the slow motion sign, but at least I've got that working now. It's nice. It's bright. That's what I wanted. That's absolutely fantastic. And again, I've got the drawbar and the hitch plate. They're all set and in. It's looking like a real beast. I love it. So, you know, taking the, what is it? It's 53-year-old Super A here, and got a seat cover on it from my father. He gave me as a gift. Got a nice step on it here, which I'll eventually paint that in red too. I got the drawbar in place. Everything on it is functional and running. Basically, the only thing left is just, you know, paint, really. Everything's in pretty good shape with this little beast. I really appreciate you guys following along as we do little tinkering things like this. It's fun to get these old timers, you know, that are 50, 60 years old, back into really good running shape. And I enjoy it. It helps me get through the stressful times of the farm, if you know what I mean. Thanks for watching. Please follow along on all our different channels, folks. Thanks.